Hey y'all, good morning. I'm Carol with Free Spirit Arts. Welcome to my home and welcome to Fiber Friday. I have a special video and I should have waited. It's not quite ready yet, but I'm gonna invite y'all in to the studio for a tour, even though the final touches really aren't there, but you guys aren't company anymore, you're friends. I am gonna have a little sitting area here. This chair is a little gross. Even though I wash it all the time, it stays gross. Doug uses it. This is gonna be a washing station. I have one of those, I think it's called a portable washer. It's not a wringer washer, it's modern. They're plastic, they have two bins. It'll go right here. And then Doug has made me a frame that holds hot water on demand, and we'll hook it up to a hose and then run the dirty water down the mountain. So the hose will come from around here and hook up, but he hasn't been able to hook it up yet. I still want to put some linseed oil on the porch, and this porch is like my favorite part of the whole thing. I love it. Come on in, guys. I have a key. I told Doug, he goes, I hung those keys on the key ring. I said, what am I gonna, okay, I don't know what he says, you better lock it up. There's a lot of money out there. I said, oh, yeah, that's true. That is my country spinner. That's what I spin. Big, fat, chunky, organic yarn, art yarn. My piece feathers, the remote for the AC and heat. Y'all, if you saw my other videos, you know the issues I was having trying to cover up all the seams that the construction crew created and stuff like this. It's just, there's really no way, it's just poor craftsmanship. But Doug was able to put this chair rail up. I may hand paint those leaves if I get real energetic this winter. We'll see. Picked up these perfect curtains. It only took 2 packs because I only have 1 curtain in each window. This is my salt lamp I had at my office, in my counseling office. This cabinet here, I picked up a Marketplace. Has some dings and scratches, which makes it great. It looks black, but it's actually a really dark blue. And it wasn't very much. It was three and a quarter. And I've been hanging things up and putting curtains up. I want these open because I love the trees. This corner here, let me back up. This is going to have a mini fridge and a microwave. And my original idea was I want the microwave to be here on the wall, cornered, and then the fridge under, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I wanna reuse what I have, and I already have a little fridge and microwave, but they're not the new small ones. So I don't know if I'll be able to actually mount that on the corner. We'll see. Okay, this is a barn table that Doug took. I had an old restaurant table that has the enamel top, you know, they're bomb-proof. He took that top off, painted the pedestal because it was all rusty, and then he put a board, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Can you see it? He put a board underneath because that barn table's at least 100 years old. It's probably 150 years old. And it was pretty rickety. I stained it, but I didn't put enough, I don't think I didn't put enough poly on it because the wool is kind of sticking to it, but so I put this sheet down. I will be able to vacuum it. And honestly, it may not stay here. It's turning out to be kind of encumbersome to walk around, but I'm just gonna let it live here for a bit and see if it settles down and I learn how to walk around it. There's other places in the studio that it could go, and honestly, I really want to use it. I'm starting to set up my camera system. I haven't filmed anything out here. I picked up a gimbal. Any of you use a gimbal? It's actually, what's it called? Mogo. It's a gimbal for iPhone. I just opened it. I haven't really used it, but I'm thinking I'm gonna be able to put it on a tripod somewhere, and then when I'm doing other things out here, it'll make it more stable. Right now I'm using my box picker because I don't have a swing picker yet, but that's on my list of things I want. This is that little white fleece that y'all watched me wash, and what I'm doing is I'm pulling out Santa beard stuff, full locks, and then carding the rest. I have washed it, but some of it is really thick with grass. But this little box carder just does a great job. This is some that's already been carded up. So that's what I've been doing. I have not smudged yet. This sage here was given to me by a native friend. It's blessed for me, and I've been saving it for something special, and I think this is something special. So I have a special bowl that I want to grab, and I think it's still packed, so I'm waiting until I can grab that. These are the gnome, witch gnome, and I don't know, gnome that I've made getting ready for that craft show. Let's see, is there anything else in this corner? That is just a bar stool that I had at our other house that's been in storage, and I just remembered it and said, that'll be just perfect under the bar table. So that I'm thought about plastic, clear plastic, but the thought of that's not very romantic. I do have some craft mats upstairs that are inked up. They would be perfect out here. So I just need to kind of work with it and see what I like. That's the wool I've carded. It's beautiful. I'm gonna use it for core wool for felting. That is the twin heat pump, AC and heat. Haven't used the heat yet, but so far, I mean, you can't hardly hear it. I got it at Lowe's. I had to get it online. Doug installed it. Not true. That's a lie. The guys installed it. They installed it crooked. So Doug fixed it. And then I didn't realize, but we had to have somebody come, a refrigerator guy, and charge it. Did not know we were gonna have to do that. I thought it was kind of turnkey. These lights I have had 7 or 8 years. There was a jewelry store, a silversmith, goldsmith, that I had worked with a couple times, having them custom make some stuff for Doug. And I just loved his shop. It was so warm and very elegant and beautiful. And he went out of business, and I went in to see, of course, what's on sale. And I ended up buying the fixtures off of the wall. They weren't even for sale, but his daughter was there. And I said, I just love these. Is he gonna sell them? And she said, oh God, I have no idea. I said, can you call him, please? So she did. And he said, if you take them off, you can have them. Well, Doug's an electrician, so that wasn't a problem. So I've been storing these and storing these crystals. 2 of the crystals broke, which is a bummer. But I talked to my jeweler, and he said he might be able to fix them. Okay, these, as tacky as they are, I have had, let me get around to the other side. I remember buying those plastic Sterilite containers when we had the farm. It had to have been 18 years ago, and they were all the rage, and there's only one drawer that's cracked, and I've used them consistently that whole time. I used them for soap making supplies and all kinds of other things. So I'm starting off with those. However, I've already ordered another type of storage that's bug proof. These are not. And when I was cleaning them out, I did notice one of them had some old mice stuff from the farm. I'm sure it was obviously very old. And I just don't want any moths or anything. I mean, we're out, you know, in the sticks, and so I want something that's bug proof. So I've ordered that. I hope it'll work a little bit better. But I have embroidery and strings and things here. That drawer right there is all needle felting, and that drawer right there is felting fibers. They're coarse dyed fibers. That top drawer, I believe, is empty. That drawer is silk. Silk's in silk and Angora rabbit and cashmere. That bottom one is a fleece from my Shetland Glade. You'll hear me talk about Glade. He was like a little puppy dog. I have a picture of him scratching on the door to get in. We loved Glade. I got the fiber out all excited, but then realized I really didn't do a very good job of cleaning it. So I will, even though it's in roving, I think I'm gonna take it out and rescour it. That is unwashed caracal from our sheep from the farm. So it's very, very old, 16 years old or something. That is all rare breeds. So that is muskox, camel, I can't even think. Some things I got from the Fiber Fairy. I can't remember what else, but it's all rare breed fibers. Is there llama? No, not llama. I can't remember now. That down there is some commercially spun Rambouillet. I think I've got 3 skeins left. I'm not sure what I'll do with those. I may use those for a giveaway, not sure. Okay, the floor. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. You take a sip of your coffee. Let me talk about the paneling first. Okay, this was a great deal. This paneling, that's all it is. It looks like shiplap, but it's not. It's just those 4x8 sheets of paneling. What's it called? T111, I think it's called. And that's what both of them are. This one was a little bit more. It was $10 more per sheet. This one was not very expensive, and then we just painted it. The white paint is alabaster, and it's supposed to be satin. I'm not real happy with it because it feels like it's flat. It doesn't come off in your hand. It's not chalky, but I really wanted just a titch of a sheen, but it'll be fine. I do plan to paint the door, but frankly, I was just so excited to get in, I couldn't wait anymore. And Doug has done all the painting. God bless Doug, right? Okay, the floor. We did a floor downstairs in our basement, and it's LVP, and it looks like wood. It's all beat up, and it's dark brown with some black. It's gorgeous. We had 2 boxes, so we thought, oh, that'll get us well on our way to the studio. We'll just buy a couple more boxes, be done. Well, in order to do that, it was going to cost $1,500, not counting what we had. And so I thought, oh, it's just a fiber studio. I'm gonna have a big rug. I don't want to spend that kind of money. So I asked the gal, don't you have like a scratch and dent? This is the flooring that nobody likes. She goes, oh girl, as a matter of fact, I overbought. I've got a stack of flooring that I'm sick of looking at. I'll show it to you. Well, this was it. I saved $500 or $600 and it was brand new and there's nothing wrong with it. It is a little streaky because I washed it and I really didn't get it very clean. I need to run the mop, but I was waiting until I got all moved in. But yeah, and to their credit, the guys laid this and they did a beautiful job. There's no lifting, it looks great. I really like it. But I don't like being on a cold floor all the time. So I had this rug, we bought this rug for our house, and you can't vacuum it when it's on carpet, it just sucks right up. Well, I don't care about that out here. I did put that little squishy stuff underneath, so it's soft to walk on. It has a little padding, and we've been saving it for something. Doug wanted to sell it. I said, no, I'm sure it's gonna come in handy. And voila, it did come in handy. That table Shannon Langley did for me. She is the refinishing queen. She has done so much furniture for me. She furnished the kitchen at our office. She furnished the, let's see, offices downstairs for the case manager. She did my therapy office, and I just bought cheap stuff and had her do her magic. And I've been saving this table to do something special with. So that is wonderful. It worked out great. Those curtains I got at a estate sale. They were $5. Okay, what else? Let's see. The drapery just arrived today. They still have creases in them. I just hung them up for you guys. They are boho curtains I found on Amazon. Let's see, I've had these chairs forever. I don't remember, I think I bought that little chair for the spare bedroom, and that one was, oh, the big one was in the antique RV that I had fiber in for a while at our other house. Let's see. These are all my wheels. This is my Ashford Traditional, and it's set up for bulky fiber. I really prefer bulky fiber, so most of my wheels have a bulky flyer and mother of all and everything set up. This one is Billy's wheel that I inherited. Bless you, Billy. I love that wheel too. That is my drum carter setup. That's just a little antique table I got at an antique store, and Doug has mounted it there for me. Easy to pull out. I probably will change that setup though and have something on wheels so that I can really pull it out. This fiber and most of the stuff on the floor is going to be on the walls. I just haven't decided on shelving. I don't know if I want old barn stuff or what. I'm not sure. But this will all be taken up with storage, and I'm going to have shelving all along here because this is going to be a dye station. I'm going to have crock pots back here. And then I do have a single plate butane burner, and I'll probably get a restaurant steamer, you know, the stainless steel trays. They're like 14 by 18, and they're about 4 inches deep for steam tables. I used to have a couple of them, and we got rid of them. Dang. So I'll probably use those at some point. I also have Doug's mother's electric skillet, and it is about the same. It's about so deep, and it's probably 14 by 14. It's big. We used to eat Sunday pot roast after church. I tried to use it at a party and it's not regulated enough that I could really use it. So I'm considering, I realize I'd never be able to use it for food again, but I'm considering using it out here. I don't think I would ever leave it unattended because it's 50 years old and it's electrical, but I'm thinking I might try to use it. What else? So there's the loft, and there's another one right here. Doug just installed, you could probably see the shine, that metal trim right there. He just installed that because we're gonna put totes up there, and when you slide them in and out, he was afraid it would catch the edge of the paper that they use over the sheetrock and tear it up. So he put that metal there. I thought I wanted it painted, but actually I don't mind it silver, it's fine. These beams I am in love with. They really don't serve a purpose. They're just decorative, but I will probably throw tapestries over them. I had a different light in mind. You can see it on Amazon. It's a big beam like that. It would go this way, and it has light bulbs that hang down. And I was all excited. I'm glad I didn't buy it. I was waiting until everything got put together. Well, it turned out it wasn't gonna fit. I found that light there on Marketplace for 50 bucks. And I think it's perfect. Doug had to go buy some chain, and he painted the chain, and voila. I have tons of light. Doug has put this recessed lighting in for me in the work areas, and I think they're gonna be great. I haven't been out here at night. Well, that's not true. I did come out, but I didn't work. But so far the lighting is great. I don't really think I'm gonna need any spotlighting, like, to work. Even right here, I think needle felting will be fine. We'll have to just play with it and see. I can't think of any other, he did hook up my TV so I can watch all my YouTube friends. And if you have a channel or you're new to my channel, please post below. I'd love to go sub your channel or get to know you on my channel. I'm gonna be doing some more fiber videos. Normally, I've been doing journal making and some card making. I'm really not a card maker, but I've been playing with it. But I'm gonna be doing more fiber stuff and doing probably equal amounts of each. So hopefully, if I do something you're not interested in, you won't get bored. You just come back some other time. Well, let's have a sip of coffee, guys. So far, Jaja will come in and she walks up on her bed and walks right off of it. She has issues being in here with the door shut, and the door doesn't have a screen, so she's really not comfortable being in here. But I love being in here. I've already had company. I have a gal that I'm mentoring a little bit, and I love sitting in here, and I'm hoping I can do more of it. It's a very comfortable place. I was out here the other day and heard thunder, and it started to rain, and that was really cool. Y'all know how I love a good storm. I still have our railroad car that, probably no exaggeration, has a dozen totes full of fiber. And then I have all of my garage probably has, I don't know, 8 or 9 totes of fiber. So I have plenty of fiber to process. And I'm hoping I can, there's still enough time this summer that I can get it washed. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So I have plenty of stuff to play with. That is entirely full of Cotswold. I've just recently been introduced to Cotswold and I love it. It's very silky. It's not like silk. I wouldn't call it coarse, but it has a sheen to it, like kind of like silk or mohair. I'm having a ball out here, guys. I've spent some time out here already this morning, and I've got appointments, and then I'm going to come back out in the evening and continue to process up that fleece. This studio is not going to be neat and tidy all the time. It's going to be a mess. I'm going to have fiber out. I'm going to have dirty fiber in here. I'm probably going to have wet fiber in here. And that's what I made it for. I'm going to have stuff all over the walls, and I'm just going, my goal is to just make it efficient so that it's not hard for me to work in. So that when I come out here, if I decide to needle felt, I can. If I decide to work on carding, I'll be able to do that. If I decide to comb stuff or just spin or dye, and I'm sure it'll take probably a year for me to get everything situated. I have old crock pots. I have pretty much everything that I need to start work. I am gonna sell my box picker, and that's gonna go towards a swing picker, because I just have so much fiber that the box picker, it will do, as you can see, it'll do fiber, but I have a lot of fiber, and I really wanna try a swing picker. I think they're a little bit more aggressive and they're more heavy duty, I guess. And I still have a few things upstairs in the loft to bring down, but I'm basically moved in. I hope you've enjoyed the tour. If you have any questions, just post them below. I love to chat. Let's all take care of each other, y'all. Bye.